Our entire landscape in southeast Louisiana is sinking. The roads, the communities, the wetlands, and our forests. We are losing our wetlands at the rate of about 16 square miles per year. Wetlands that are changing to open water, basically. We are the fastest disappearing landmass on Earth.
Basically, the entire coast timber is just, it's kind of like you got your arm and you put a major slash in it, and then you just keep cutting it up. And if you put a tourniquet up here, the bottom of the arm is just going to wither away and die, and that's exactly what's happened to our coast. That area in between the two of them was all cypress. It's opened up more since Katrina just in the past year, but it's got a long way to go to get where it was.
We're standing in the funnel created by the Mississippi River Gulf Outlet, Mr. Go, that funneled the storm surge into eastern New Orleans, that devastated the communities, that left the area of Chalmette, population of 60,000 with less than 20,000 today. It was devastating as the waters moved through the funnel, across the 40 Arpent Canal levee here into Chalmette.
Basically, we have interfered with the natural process of the Mississippi River, both locally and in the upper watershed. We've built locks and dams throughout the watershed of the Mississippi River, so we no longer have the sediment load flowing down the river. Even if we did, we have levees, and so the annual flooding, the annual spring flood of the Mississippi River can't offset the natural sinking rate of our system. We've also cut oil and gas canals through our system, navigation channels, which provide conduits that allow salt water from the Gulf to intrude far up into fresh marsh systems, which kills the plants, and then the land that those roots hold together just erodes away. So we've done a lot of things to cause this problem. This is our big problem, the coastal wetland loss issue. The loss of our wetlands has also made us much more vulnerable to storm surges, the huge waves that are pushed in the front of hurricanes. And so we're now very vulnerable, and the entire infrastructure, our communities, the oil and gas pipelines, everything that we have to sustain our culture, our communities, is very much vulnerable. We've had some successes. There's been bills that have passed. We have a larger share of the OCS revenues coming to Louisiana, but it's minuscule. The WRDA bill, the Water Resources Development Act, this is one of the very large public works projects that goes to the Corps of Engineers. Louisiana has attached to that several restoration projects that are very critical to our future. Unfortunately, the President has said that he was going to veto it. The people of this state are very much convinced that we need to restore our coastal wetlands. What's critical to us now is that we convince the rest of the nation. The importance of this region to the rest of the nation is well described, it's well known. Oil and gas, 25% of the domestic oil and gas supply comes through the Barataria-Terrebonne system. What we really need to do is convince the congressional delegations outside of Louisiana of the need and the incredible urgency to restore Louisiana's wetlands. And thankfully, groups like the Gulf Restoration Network have done efforts to get that word out to the rest of the nation. People often ask me, how much time do we have left? Recently, after being pressed to give a date, and I truly believe this, I stated that we had 10 years left. It doesn't mean I'm saying that in 10 years we're no longer going to have any wetlands. It means that within the next 10 years, if we don't get absolutely serious and start building the infrastructure that's going to deliver sediments to rebuild what we've lost, even some of what we lost, then it's going to be too late. You know, it's important for everybody to understand that we have survived in this region. Multi-generations have survived here for hundreds of years in relative safety. We've always had hurricanes. Many of us can point to many generations ago, a couple of hundred years, when our first ancestors settled here. This is one of the things that makes us unique. We've not become diluted. Our people generally stay here. All the cultures that have come here have a tendency to stay. And so we've maintained this cultural identity in relative safety. Now the coast has collapsed around us. Now this is becoming much more vulnerable. This is not a case of a people moving into areas where we probably should not have lived in the first place. You know, we're no different than many other places in the country. We have natural disasters. That doesn't make us different. What makes us different is that our system is collapsing while we're here.
Acho que